All right, guys, I'm trying something new this week. Last week I did it all in the same podcast, and I thought, you know what, let's do them individual little things so that we can kind of get a little more in depth. So hopefully you can still hear me. I don't know. Hopefully. All right. So now we were going to talk a little bit astrology of next week. By the way, I'm Kim. I'm a spiritual wellness coach and tarot reader, astrologist, and I like to use all these tools along with mindfulness to help women find their way back to their authentic self so they can live a life that truly is in alignment with them. And I use this all as tools to help with that. So I thought it might be fun to walk through every week the energy that's coming forward. I also did tarot pulls for all of the elements for the cards. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out that video. And if you're interested in an astrology read or a tarot read or coaching, reach out to me and let's chat, right? So let's get started with astrology. Overall big picture, we got a new moon and Aquarius season happening, right? This could mean you're not dreaming anymore, you're structuring the dreams, and you're asking, okay, what if we did this completely different? Because Aquarius likes to be a little challenging to systems. We're going to walk this day by day. I'm going to give you kind of an overview of what's happening, and then we'll talk about some things as we go. All right. On January 18th, Mercury is going to conjunct Mars in Capricorn. Capricorn new moon. Yes. So all of this is happening. So the overall themes would be like commit, decide, commit, begin kind of thing. So it's kind of this. This could be one of the most productive days of the month, is what I would say. Mercury and Mars in Capricorn, that could lead to like sharp thinking, decisive action. Kind of like, can we just stop talking about it and just do it? Get to it. Let's do it, right? When we get to the Capricorn new moon, this is not a fluffy, light new moon. This new moon is really focused on long-term goals. It's a Capricorn new moon, right? So long-term goals, reputation, legacy, all that kind of thing, right? There will be no shortcuts. There will be no pretending. So how do you work with this? Set a couple of serious goals, I would say. Ones that are more long-term, so 6 to 12 months is what I would say. Make a plan that's realistic and not just looks pretty. And then take an action that day, even no matter how small it is, just take an action that day towards one of those goals. I think that's the perfect way to work with this new moon because it is in Capricorn. So structure and long-term goals should be the focus of what's going on. Later in the day, the moon is going to enter Aquarius, and that means that the focus is going to shift from status to vision. So where are we actually going? Is this aligned with the future I want? This is where a little bit of innovation sneaks in. So you have the new moon in Capricorn. Once that is complete, it moves, moon enters into Aquarius, and then it gets that structure, that vision is now going to turn into like a broader vision. And that is January 18th. Now when we move into the 19th, happy Aquarius season, right? Let's upgrade some reality. That's kind of what this is. Aquarius season is about the future. It's about community. It's about change, breaking patterns that really kind of never made sense in the first place, but we all did them. So you're going to find more openness, more curiosity, more willingness to experiment. This is all Aquarius. Also that day, though, Mercury is going to trine Uranus, and Venus is going to conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. That's always a hard word for me to say. So what does that mean? Mercury trine Uranus, that means breakthrough ideas, smart risks. You may have sudden, oh, this is how I should fix it. That's that. Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. It's intense. That can be intense, but it's productive for sure, right? You might find yourself feeling very deeply passionate about a goal or relationship. Not that you didn't before, but there'll be more intense feelings this day. And you may suddenly realize, like, you know what? I do really know what I want. And I'm not going to take what I've been settling for anymore, right? So how would you work with that? I would say follow the obsession this day, as long as it's a healthy obsession. Don't get any funny ideas, because that obsession is pointing you somewhere very important. Also, just be honest with yourself about what excites you and what doesn't anymore. It might be time to let some things go. And I think looking at bonds with friendships and partners and family that feel transformative, not draining, and really strengthening those, that is a key way to use this. On January 20th, Mercury is going to sextile Neptune. Mercury is also going to enter Aquarius. So this means like vision and logic together. Weird combo, I know, but one that kind of could work. Inspired thinking. So Mercury plus Neptune gives imagination, and then if you had Capricorn moving into Aquarius gives clarity and innovation, right? So this is where your ideas are going to get weird, and they're going to work, okay? So Mercury is going to enter Aquarius, as I said. So that means your mind is going to move completely to the future. Big concepts, radical ideas, new ways of thinking, right? Because Mercury is about our mental space and our communication and how we digest information. It's going to be a pretty interesting time. Saturn is also going to sextile Uranus. Okay. And with Mars trine Uranus and Saturn sextiling it, this is kind of huge. This is kind of like if you were doing a math equation, it'd be like old structures plus new methods equals progress. So with that, I would say try, because Saturn is about discipline. So make sure you're blending that discipline with experimentation. Calculated risks, always good. Maybe try to change how you do something and not totally change it because you don't want to lose what works, right? You don't want to abandon what works, but you want to change how something is done. It's interesting because the energy that like it strives to me is kind of like responsible rebellion, which may not sound like they go together, but it's kind of my favorite kind, right? Because I am a Capricorn and I have, I have a little rebellious streak here and there. So responsible rebellion sounds right up my alley. Alright, January 21st, the sun is going to conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. News, realizations, aha moments, right? It might happen that something you started about 6 to 8 weeks ago may like shift or develop new or maybe have outcomes you didn't expect. The information is going to come pretty darn fast because, right, of the Aquarius aspect. Now, later the moon enters Pisces and the energy is going to soften a little bit. Maybe working quietly, tie up some loose ends, really look at the behind the scenes stuff. I think that's where this is coming. I would say when the moon moves there, don't overshare. Let things kind of just gestate a little bit, just hang out, let it percolate, and then like subtle progress is where it's at. Not every bit of progress needs an audience kind of idea. It's kind of that. All right, we still got 3 more days. So here we go. Let's go. January 23rd. Mars is going to sextile Neptune. Mars is also going to enter Aquarius, and the sun is also going to conjunct Pluto. Sounds like a lot? I know. Inspired action, personal power. They're going to come together as a super duo. Yeah. Mars and Neptune, turning dreams into acting on intuition before you doubt yourself. When Mars enters Aquarius, meaning matters, freedom matters, and bold changes matter. Sun post Pluto, that's a pretty intense thing. So this is going to be about identity. Who are you becoming? What do you stand for? This is the energies that are going to come up. Then when the moon enters Aries, you're going to get an energy spike. Excitement's going to return, momentum's going to build. With that energy, start something. No matter if it's perfect or not, just start something. Really go with your gut instincts, I think. And then also, it's good to be cautious, but in this case, I would say lead with courage, not caution. The energies with the moon in Aries, that's kind of what you're going to get. All right, January 24th, moon in Aries is going to square Jupiter. They're going to get in the ring and duke it out a little. This could be overall thing like too much of a good thing. That's kind of this. We've had a pretty busy week so far, right? So this is maybe a moment just to take a breath. You might find yourself feeling overstimulated, restless. You want to do something. You want space. You don't want right. I would say just take a break before burnout, because at this point you're on the bird. Maybe you have to do something physical, hike, swim, box, whatever makes you feel good. Go for a simple walk. That's good too. And just be okay with taking a pause. And don't make yourself feel bad for it, because it's been go, go, go. It's time to have a little rest. Rest is a part of the process as well. Final takeaway, build something real, evolve. You're going to evolve beyond normal limits, and you want to choose something that really excites you. I think it starts grounded. You get to think a little radically, and then you need to act intentionally. Remember, goal isn't perfection, though. Okay, it's progress, and progress that feels like you. So if we're talking about living your authentic self, make sure all of these things align with what you feel inside. All right, and that is the astrology for next week. I hope knowing the energies helps out. Once again, if you want more of this kind of stuff, check me out on social media. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, and stay tuned for next week's podcast. We got some more cool information coming. And if you'd like a tarot reader or astrology, please reach out. And also, if you're interested in coaching, reach out as well. All right. Have a great day. Stay blessed. And I know you can do this. I believe in you.